So, hey everybody, Divine and Chosen People. It's been a while since I've did a video, and just wanted to come on here and let you guys know what's been going on with me. And it's been a wild ride. So I've just been healing, learning some lessons from the universe, downloading a lot of things. I just wanted to bring to light and speak on it. So last video I did, I probably was celibate still and doing a lot of downloading from the cosmos. Okay, since then, about September last year, it was like I went back, and I want to say, like, not back in the past, but back to my old self. And I believe I got thrown back into my old self because I needed to learn some more lessons and, learn my lesson of worth and value, for one, and for two, to clear out some karmic generational traumas of substance abuse addictions. So I started dating again. I mean, I was like, I don't know. Now here I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but yeah, at the time I was like, I want to share my life with somebody. I'm tired of being by myself. But knowing I wasn't by myself, I knew my angels and ancestors was around me. I don't know, I just got thrown back into this looking outside of myself shit for some reason. So I basically I broke my celibacy, which was the worst mistake I ever done. So don't do this, gals, goddesses, guys. Don't break your celibacy. But it was all worth it for me to learn my lesson. So this is what happened. I didn't meet nobody. I started talking to this guy I used to talk to back in the day. So we started having sex. Boom, boom, boom. Of course, I was like, because he's so 3D level, and just ended it. So then I was working at the plasma place, and I met this guy. He approached me, whatever, whatnot. We started dating. We had sex or whatever. And I seen straight through him. The penile gland, the third eye, see straight through the bullshit, and seeing that he was a selfish person, and I just can't do it with selfish people. So boom, ended that. So then, I had met this other guy at the place I worked at, but we bumped heads because I was like, the selfishness. These people out here are selfish, they're narcissistic, they don't have no type of value or worth. And so when you come into your self-love and come into a different consciousness, you can see this stuff for what it is. So anyway, I got to talking to him and found out, I just was bumping into the same type of guys I usually bump into. I was attracting the same energy because I was still in that energy, and I was wondering why I was attracting that energy, because I'm like, I've changed, did this, did that. But no. Just when you thought you healed, you got some more to do. So I'm talking to him, and my inner self, my intuition, my gut was going off like crazy, y'all, saying, Mika, no, this is not for you. This is not going to work. But I was like, into my heart space, not judging or criticizing anybody. So I just went with it. I told him I just wanted to be friends, no relationship. I didn't want any titles because I didn't want anybody to be obligated or anybody to be expect anything out of anything. I just wanted companionship. Okay, so we started to see each other, and of course, the 3D level people, they start to get possessive, start to think that you're theirs, and quickly seeing the narcissistic traits in this person. My dad actually got hit by a car and almost died, which was a feeling that I did not want to feel. I lost my mom like in 2021, in September. So it was almost a year to the day my mom passed that my dad was now on the verge of passing. So whenever I want to deal with certain emotions, I suppress them. I numb them with the drug. Not saying that I'm never addicted to drugs. It's just an attachment to them. I think it stemmed back to my ancestral thing, my ancestral past, generational. My mama did it. Her mama did it. They both didn't know their worth. So I'm here to break the curse. So of course, all the planets that were in all the planets that were in retrograde had me go back to my old self. I was fighting, hanging out in trap houses, to the 3D people, dating a drug dealer. I went right back to the bullshit that I came from. And I've came from this. So I was used to it. It was familiar to me. I was really comfortable in the uncomfortable, y'all. Like, I was really sitting comfortably, but uncomfortable at the same time, because now I know I had got a taste of the light and who I was. So I was just like torn. It was a push-pull energy. It was sad energy. I was just like, really, Mika, is this what you're gonna go back to? This is not you. This is not the real you. So I put that fake ass mask on again, and I started flocking with the birds once again. Birds of a feather flock together. And if you think that's not true, bullshit. If you hanging around certain crowds and certain people, and then you're gonna say, oh, I'm not like that, that's bullshit, because it's a certain energy that you're attracting that has you out here doing what you're doing. So I concur to that. Another thing is the energies from the cosmos was just pouring down on me like, you have got to get yourself up out of this. This is not it. So that's what I've been going through for the past, since October. So 5, 6, October, November, December, January. For the past 4 months, I have been fighting once again with myself and trying to get out of this cursed generational trauma of addiction, substance abuse, attachments. So I am proud to say that I dismissed all the people. I even told the guy if he didn't stop that his door was gonna get kicked the fuck in and the police was gonna come get him, because he was selling the blue pills that bad stuff. So, but I wasn't doing the little blue pills. I was smoking weed. I did a little bit of upper methamphetamine. I was doing a little bit of that. It was keeping me up, so that I this was my excuse for doing it. Oh, I need something to keep me up so I can get everything done, clean my house. I got this tons of shit to do, but it was just a fucking excuse that I was giving myself, because I don't need that. So I started to do something else as a substitute. I started to practice my spiritual practices a little bit more, and I'll give you guys some tips so you guys can get out of this, because it's really, really hard to get out of. And I see a lot of people just stuck in their addictions and their attachments. So I'll give you some tips at the end of the video so you guys can start to, try to get out of it, because a rehab and stuff is that shit don't work. They just medicate you some more. So I'm gonna give you some tips so you don't have to medicate yourself no more. You can do it holistically and you can do it organically. So yeah, I was doing that. I was doing that with him. I was smoking weed. I was drinking. I went back drinking. So yeah, today I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking weed, and I'm not doing methamphetamine. I quit. I told him that was gonna happen, and it did. It happened 2 days ago. The police buzzed down the door, I wasn't there, thank God. But the thing is, I was getting all these premonitions, ancestors was talking and speaking, me could know this person right here is a karmic. He's only here to teach you lessons, and he taught me a lot of damn lessons. And I thank the universe and my ancestors for guiding me into that. But it is now over. Told him just to leave me alone, and it's over with. Okay, so yeah, so I got pulled back. It was like Back to the Future type shit, because it was like back, but it was the future. It was crazy. But if y'all been feeling that, like that y'all got took back to get some things done,